Ayurveda Part 3, What the Heck Are Doshas? And welcome to all of you on all platforms. I'm excited to share this class with you, so let's go. So I'll share a review on the 5 elements. We've been talking about the 5 elements the last couple of classes. And so how the 5 elements relate to the 3 doshas or your body type. How do those correlate with each other? And then I'll discuss each of the 3 doshas and their characteristics in relation to the elements. So because remember, our bodies and minds are made up of a combination of elements, just like ingredients in a recipe. So let's look at how those ingredients or the elements show up in your body. And then we'll practice a really fun dosha visualization to really experience how the elements show up in your body. It's a great visualization, so stay for that for sure. And then last, I'll share a link for you to take the quiz to discover your dosha or your innate body-mind constitution. So you can find out what your dosha is through the quiz. So let's go ahead and start with the discussion on the doshas. The 3 doshas are derived from the 5 elements, and the 5 elements organize themselves into 3 essential principles of life, which are movement, metabolism, and structure. Movement, metabolism, and structure. And in Sanskrit, these principles are called Vata, Pitta, and Kapha. Movement, metabolism, structure, Vata, Pitta, Kapha. And we'll start with an overview of the 5 elements. So let's just talk about that, refresh our memories. So I shared a deeper explanation of the 5 elements in Ayurveda Part 2, What the Heck Are Mahabhutas? So I'll offer a summary here, but if you'd like to know more about the 5 great elements, check out that class, What the Heck Are Mahabhutas? So the 5 elements, known in Sanskrit as the Mahabhutas, are building blocks of nature and the doshas and our bodies. So all things physical. The 5 elements exist both within us and in the world around us. And these 5 principles make up everything that we perceive through our senses. And the 5 elements are space, air, fire, water, and earth. So let's start discussing space. The space element, or akasha in Sanskrit, represents the open, expansive field in which everything is contained. Space is pure potential and infinite possibilities. And in the universe, space expresses itself as the vast emptiness that underlies the physical world. And within our bodies, space is the gaps between and within cells through which information flows. And the air element, or vayu in Sanskrit, is the animating force of life. It is present in everything that moves. Externally, this force is represented as the wind, and internally, it is the movement of breath, circulation, and nerve impulses. Fire, or Agni, or Tejas in Sanskrit, is present in everything that generates heat, light, or transformation. So fire expresses itself in the outer world as the sun, and internally as our digestive and cognitive processes. Cognitive processes is the way the brain works by sending chemicals and electrical signals. And that allows us to understand and learn. So that's part of fire, that problem solving, that insight, inspiration, the insight that rises up. That's all associated with fire. The water element, or jala in Sanskrit, connects and nourishes the physical substance of our bodies. Our bodies are made up of roughly 70% water, and so is the planet itself. So internally, our organs and systems are nourished by the rivers of our plasma, our joints are lubricated by synovial fluid, and our central nervous system is protected by cerebral spinal fluid. And the earth element, or prithvi in Sanskrit, expresses itself as solidity, mass, and form. It is reflected in nature as planets, mountains, rocks, and all solid structures. Internally, the earth element gives rise to our bones, muscles, tendons, cartilage, things that are more solid in the body. So the 3 doshas are derived from the 5 elements. The 5 elements organize themselves into 3 essential principles of life, which again are movement, metabolism, and structure. And that's Vata, movement, Pitta, metabolism, and Kapha, structure. So these 3 principles of Vata, Pitta, Kapha, which we can think of as air, fire, and earth, are the forces that govern every natural function and regulate every process within our mind and our body. Amazing. So since each of us is unique and we express ourselves in nature in a unique way, we each have an inherent tendency towards one or more of these principles. So this explains why we respond so differently to the same stimulus. Some of us are naturally earthy and heavy and grounded, while others are more fiery and airy and expansive. So as we discuss the functions and characteristics of each of these principles, notice which ones you most identify with. So Vata is responsible for all types of movement within the body and within the mind. Vata is like the wind. And what are qualities of the wind? So wind is dry, it's light, it's subtle, it's irregular, it's quick, it's mobile, it's changeable, spontaneous movement. Those with predominance of Vata in your body have a tendency towards these same attributes. So these people are generally thin and light and active, both physically and mentally. They tend to move quickly and are changeable. They generally welcome new experiences and are talkative. And these are the people whose habits and interests and daily routines, they change considerably from week to week. They are spontaneous. They take on new things. They might not finish them. These are all qualities of Vata. And their body functions also have an aspect of irregularity about them. So their appetite and their moods are often inconsistent. Can you relate to the qualities of Vata? So Pitta is responsible for all types of digestion. And within the body, the fire principle metabolizes our experiences so we can absorb that which is nourishing and eliminate that which is not. So the attributes of Pitta are what you might predict. They're hot, light, intense, penetrating, spicy, sharp, acidic, all aspects of fire. And individuals with a lot of Pitta in their mind and body, they display these attributes mentally as well as physically. So they tend to be intellectually sharp, with discriminating minds that enjoy delving into the other underlying causes of things. They are often good leaders, visionaries, and speakers. And physically, they have a hearty appetite, good digestion. They tend to be warm, even in cooler environments. They often have a strong appetite for knowledge, luxury, and worldly recognition. So do those qualities resonate with you? Let's look at Kapha. So Kapha is responsible for structure and protection and lubrication within the body and in the mind. And people with Kapha characteristics are generally sturdy and consistent. And the attributes of earth are heavy, cold, solid, stable, wet, smooth, and slow. And these attributes manifest themselves in individuals who have a lot of Kapha in their mind and body constitution. So they have very similar qualities. So physically, they tend to be heavy set and stocky with great strength and endurance. They're generally process oriented and are slow to anger Their skin is usually moist, youthful, and beautiful. And that the heaviness of Kapha means that they have a tendency to retain excess weight. So those are the three body-mind constitutions or doshas, and the elements and the qualities that make up each one. In Ayurveda, there is no one-size-fits-all prescription for well-being. Instead, every health-related measure is based on an individual's mind-body type or dosha and the needs that derive from that dosha. So Ayurveda is a complete healing system that is focused on giving you tools and practices to create health on a daily basis. And that is by using your innate healing ability. So it's using the elements essentially to balance your dosha. And in doing so, it allows you to thrive physically, emotionally, and spiritually. So now we'll practice a guided visual meditation to experience how each dosha really shows up in your body and in your mind. So go ahead and grab any props that you need, blankets, blocks, bolsters, a chair. Grab those now, and we'll go ahead and get started on this beautiful visualization. So it's really to experience the doshas, each dosha within your body, and see what the experience is of each dosha within. So it's more experiential. All right, beauties. So let's go ahead and get started. So go ahead and sit comfortably. Please close your eyes. Become aware of your body. And notice that although you are sitting still, many things are moving within you. Your mind is moving constantly. Your nervous system is carrying impulses from one part of your body to another. And as you are sitting, food is moving through your digestive tract. Nutrients are being absorbed through your colon. Your chest rises and falls as you breathe, bringing oxygen to every cell in your body. Feel the beating of your heart, the pumping of your blood, the flowing of your circulation. An underlying intelligence is guiding every movement in your body and in your mind. Intelligence is known as Vata. It is like the wind. It carries things from place to place and is never still. Now turn your attention to the fact that even though you appear to remain the same, your body is changing in every moment. Transformations are occurring at every level of your body and mind. Your body is like a melting pot, converting your last meal into fuel for your organs and tissues. Your body is separating the useful from the non-useful. Your internal thermostat is regulating your body temperature. And though your eyes are closed, they're still digesting the sights and images of your life. Your liver is metabolizing toxins, and deep within your mind, a subtle digestion is also taking place. The impressions and experiences you absorbed yesterday, they're being transformed into meaning and understanding. The force governing all digestion and metabolism is warm, sharp, intense, and penetrating. The force is known as Pitta. And as your digestive system metabolizes food into nutrients, and as your circulation carries these nutrients throughout your body, your cells and tissues are continuously rebuilding themselves. And in the midst of the changes occurring in every moment, there is a biological energy that protects and stabilizes your entire body. So feel how your bones and your ligaments and your muscles support your body. With every inhalation and every exhalation, the lubrication lining your air passages moistens and filters the air that you breathe. Your heart and your brain and your spinal cord are all encased in nourishing fluids that cushions your nervous system and allows it to function. Biological energy that governs the structure, strength, cohesion, and fluidity of the body is known as Kapha. And for a moment, feel a sense of gratitude for the three doshas, Vata, Pitta, and Kapha, and for everything they do to support your health and your happiness. And go ahead and take a few more deep breaths, inhaling and exhaling slowly, continuing to feel gratitude for your body. Good. And when you're ready, you can slowly open your eyes and you can stretch and move your body. How was that for you? I'd love to hear in the comment section what you experienced. So feel free to add any comments or questions that you have now to let me know what that experience was for you. So now we're going to shift gears and we're going to focus on the dosha quiz that determines your mind-body characteristics and the essential nature that you were born with. So if you aren't sure what your dosha is, then it would be fun to notice if any of those doshic qualities or those elemental qualities stood out to you as far as descriptions of your body or your mind. So the dosha quiz will tell you, but keep in your mind what you experienced during the class today as far as what stood out for you in some of those qualities or characteristics of the dosha. And you can see if you were right and see if the quiz came out like you thought. So again, Ayurveda has an individual and catered approach of lifestyle medicine for each person by taking into consideration what your body, mind constitution is or what your dosha is. So I'm adding a link to a dosha quiz in the comments section that you can take to find out what your dosha is. And I'll add that link now. So look for it in the comments section. If you're on YouTube, it's in the description of the video. So when answering the questions, think in terms of which statements have been true for you for most of your life. So if you developed an illness in childhood or as an adult, think of how things were for you before your illness. Specifically with mental traits or behavioral traits, since they tend to be more subjective, you should answer according to how you have felt and acted most of your life. So knowing your dosha really gives you insight on what you can focus on to personalize your healthy lifestyle choices through the 6 pillars of health, which again are nutrition, movement, sleep, meditation, healthy emotions, and self-care. And again, we'll focus more on balancing your specific dosha and the 6 pillars of health in the weeks to come. But for now, go ahead and take the quiz. We'll continue our discussion through the next couple classes in this Ayurveda series so you can discover the best practices to balance your dosha. So if you have any questions, drop them in the comment section. I'd love to hear from you. Let me know if you have questions or comments or what your experience was through the visualization. So thank you for giving yourself the gift of Ayurveda today. And I thank you for joining me. Namaste.